And welcome back to Tales of Symphonia. We are still going after the Pope. Again. Stop right there, criminal scum.
I should go back to Oblivion at some point. I think I was doing a Crusader character. I forget where I stopped, because it just kind of gets... The thing about Elder Scrolls is it's fun after a while, but then when you start to say, oh, I've already done this quest 3 times, you kind of get...
Yeah.
I gotta take a break for a bit. That's why I like Skyrim. I got to change so much. Because I'd never been a... Let's see... Psychotic... vampire, chaotic evil, whatever, before. So it was fun to do that. That had a new way to play the game, because it was fun being a vampire and having to not walk around during the day. I had to sleep all day, wake up at night, walk around, get my fix of blood and whatever, and then just take carriages on it. Like, and there was another one. I didn't do fast travel. I only did carriages to get around or walking.
That's fair, yeah.
That was fun.
I typically play the same character each time. It might get boring, but I typically don't play Bethesda games more than once, honestly. I don't have enough time for that time sink since, you know, they take so long as is.
Yeah, there's a lot of building up.
Yeah. I even forget to do the DLCs a lot of the times. It's like, yeah, I've had enough.
To be honest, they're not even really that memorable. Like, they're good, but they're not like Shivering Isles levels of memorable, or some of the Fallout ones. Like, Fallout 3 actually had, I mean, as mediocre as the game itself was, the DLCs were really well done.
The DLC, yeah. It's the same with New Vegas, obviously.
Oh yeah, I think in every regard, New Vegas, like,
surpassed it.
It's perfect. The only things I'd have gripes with would be engine limitations, but that's it.
That's not their fault. It really annoys me that they didn't get their pay bonus from, you know, or ZeniMax just because they were one point underneath the Metacritic. It's like, really?
And they didn't get enough time to finish it. They said, all right, make this game and do it in a year and a half. If they'd had more time, I can't imagine what they could have done and put in this thing.
Right.
Like, did all this other...
Especially if people... Especially if people reevaluated it now with all the DLCs.
Yeah. I think it's probably none of the same levels of Vampire the Masquerade where it was, like, terribly rushed and it was terrible on release and they had to rely on people to fix it for them. I think it released well enough. After a little while, people got used to it, they fixed stuff, and they really liked it, but it's still, I think, fairly more popular, and, like, it's heralded as amazing as opposed to Vampire, which is like a cult hit. And they say, in fact, as I'm saying this, if someone has played it before and they're hearing me talk about it right now, they're probably reinstalling it.
Yeah.
Because that's, as the saying goes, the moment you mention the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, someone reinstalls it if they hear you say it.
Yeah.
So I have to get back to, because I'm doing a Tremere Blood Magic playthrough, and it's pretty entertaining. I've never done that before. I usually do I guess my preferred clan is Toreador, which are like, they're smooth talkers and seducers. That's it. So I just talk my way through almost everything.
I can see that. I think we have a second before we actually get the costumes. You said you had something about Lisa Simpson?
Yeah, I think it was either at Mass during, like, I can't remember when it was at Mass because I try not to focus on it too much, focus on what's going on. But part of me was like, wow, I really don't like Lisa Simpson because she's a know-it-all. She's a mouthpiece for the creators, and she says a lot of dumb stuff because she tries to be that mouthpiece and be preachy.
She does, but, you know, I will give Lisa one small...
She's one of the sympathetic characters, but...
Not that. She's not as bad as Brian from Family Guy.
Yeah, because the thing is, when he does his mouthpiece stuff, he's obnoxious as possible about it.
Yeah.
Like, it comes off as condescending, like, oh, actually, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And this is, like, whereas Lisa Simpson's just kind of like a...
Yeah. Whereas...
Like, I'm gonna casually insert my opinion.
Whereas with Brian, it's like, no, Brian, you actually missed a couple details here.
Yeah, we're gonna stop the story so that I can deliver my speech.
Yeah. Without knowing all the details, and not giving all of it, so... Trying to make it one-sided a little bit.
Because I was remembering back to, I think it was an old episode of The Simpsons when they're talking about April Fool's Day and its origins, and she's like, actually, April Fool's Day, like Halloween and Christmas, has its origins in pagan holidays, which the Christians then stole. I'm like, actually, let me stop you right there.
Yeah. I remember that, because it's like, let me stop you right there, Miss Lisa. You're wrong.
I could say Halloween, maybe. Christmas, no. That is just...
common misconception, unfortunately.
Yeah, I hate having to explain that to people.
Yeah.
where people say, "Oh, it just comes from Polymus or whatever the holiday was," but no, it comes from an ancient Jewish tradition.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't want to talk about that.
No. Fortunately, I do like on better notes. I do like Lloyd's new outfit. I think it looks a lot better than his regular outfit, and obviously it will fit a little bit better than the previous ones into cutscenes. So
it reminds me of what are they called? English line infantry or whatever it is, with the nice back when countries had armies, but they wanted their uniforms to look nice.
Right.
Instead of camouflage and stuff like that. Like the French had the nice bright blue ornate uniforms.
Right.
And the British had the nice bright red ornate uniforms.
Yeah.
And the Germans just had gray. And then World War I hit, and they were like, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to paint ourselves to look like big targets.
Right. Is that the Pope back there?
Oh, he's wearing a mitre.
Yeah. By the way, I do like this because you can choose 3 other people aside from the person that you chose, but you can actually see what they look like, whereas opposed to the swimsuits, you can't see what they look like before you choose them, so Perseus is nice. I got Perseus. Colette's is pretty humdrum. It's a little hard to... Oh, I think that's the king, actually. It's a little... Like, Sheena in the back is way in the back left there, and Professor Sage and Genus are on the right.
Yeah, I can see them.
I think, oddly enough, I actually do go for Zealous' outfit for this one, because I actually do like the outfit Zealous has. I can't remember, though. Also, this would be some music that Barry the Bee would enjoy. Do you like jazz?
This is some oddly sensual jazz for a dinner party.
Yeah, right?
It's not like smooth jazz, it's like really bad I'm trying to bust a move jazz.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It's the kind of jazz you play when someone's trying to hit on someone but they're doing a terrible job of it.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
And now I'm regretting having the Watch Together muted.
I typically have it off so I can hear people speak, and then I turned it on. I was like, how do they play this at a dinner party?
Yeah, I actually do like Zealous' outfit here, so I did actually give Zealous a little bit of love. Because, as I said, Sheena's is... yeah. And, Rain...
Is he still wearing the cuffs?
Yes, he is.
There?
Yes, he is.
How did they...
Don't ask.
I just imagine going up to the guards. Here's my invitation. He's like, all right, you're all right.
I do like how Regal's giving him advice to look more mature here, since obviously Regal would have plenty of practice in that. I do like Regal as a character. It's just I don't like him as much as the other characters, I guess. Yeah. So he's not in the party. But I wouldn't say he's... Most of the characters I wouldn't say is bad, with obviously one exception. And we're talking to him right now.
Wow, he's got a ponytail and everything.
Yep. And I think I actually like her new outfit better, so I do... Bye-bye, Beach Boy. Now we're going to Nobleman. Obviously, he doesn't have that, so I don't know why I'm checking him. She doesn't... He does, actually. She does. So... But yeah, you can see how the red is there for the outfits. That means they lose their bonus or their level up bonuses. So it doesn't it doesn't happen to be a problem until late in the game, because it helps with level ups. But I mean, it does happen to be a small problem, but not a big problem.
Oh, finally, Regal's wearing something that isn't the really odd male crop top.
Took a while.
It's not even like a crop top. It's like a male bra because it stops right at his pecs.
Yeah, he is finally looking more like the El President. As I said, I actually really like Lloyd's. For that brief second, we got that close-up of it. I think I have Persea, though, because I do like Persea's. Like, for the most part, I do really like the outfits we just got, except for with, obviously, Sheena. Because, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, women have curves.
They found an asset on a character, and they want to use that as a defining thing.
Exactly.
Put them in a silhouette.
Right, exactly. I was gonna say, obviously women have curves, that's not a bad thing. It's when it's the main thing for that character. I think we get another outfit here or something. I can't remember. We do get some more plot here soon, but we did do a side quest here, a side quest there, as we just finished things off. I think we talked to a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life from this monster.
The same thing.
Easy. Oh yeah, we are talking to a poor boy from a poor family. Yeah, I mean, Zealous is right in this case. Yes. I mean... I don't remember why I did this one. It was probably for a title, let's be honest. You're nice, Zealous.
Wow.
Oh wow, there's 20 minutes left in this one.
Yes, there is.
Okay, I'm not waiting that long to poop. I'll be right back.
Have fun! Yeah, we have to go find...
It's like, this kid's like, hey, my mom is missing. Oh wow, what a brat.
What a brat.
He said ew as well, that's the...
Screw you, kid.
Ew. Yeah, ew, we can't look after a brat.
Right. I mean, just because it's a dirty child doesn't mean you... I mean, to be fair, at least he wasn't trying to be...
The problem is, like, saying no offense doesn't mean that no one's going to take offense to it. It's like saying no offense, but you really need to lose some weight. You're not going to say, oh, I completely agree. None taken. It's no, like, how dare you tell me to lose weight? I can make that decision myself.
I mean, at least one of them wasn't a complete jerk to him. I mean, you're right. That doesn't forgive him, but at least it was a little bit better.
Hey, no offense, but
you spell like shit.
I can't think of a good insult for the rich guy.
Right. Alright, time to go back to the slum, little boy. We're arresting you. No excuses. Now we're beating children. Good. I was gonna say, you're about to piss off somebody that you... Oh, two people that you don't want to. Let my people go! Dun dun dun. To be fair, as much as I don't like Zealous, he does do some things that are good, just not very frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, it's... yeah. Just below the royal family. Excuse me. Interesting. I always thought that Regal was higher than the Chosen, honestly.
Oh no, we're getting another. The church won't help the poor people. The church doesn't help the poor, it only works with the rich, because blah blah, sell the Vatican and you'll make a ton of money.
And now we're saying they have to help themselves. Yeah. Oddly enough, while Zealous isn't entirely wrong, it needs more explanation. It's that one line isn't enough, Zealous. You gotta give more. Yeah. You know,
they're implying they do give to charity, but they don't give enough to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're probably, I'm assuming they're alluding to, like, they do it to look generous, but they're really not.
Yeah. It's not covered exactly very well. It's meant to more so just be a heartfelt moment between,
Yeah.
No dirty
They gotta, I guess, because they gotta throw a villain in there to make you hate him even more.
Yeah. Well, at least now you got laundry, which means that you can clean your own laundry, which means you can get a better job. Congratulations. Why wouldn't they have her at least work in the fields?
On government orphanages, schools, and a host of other social services that you claim we don't support.
Right.
Which are all over the world, especially in dangerous and impoverished areas such as Africa and the Middle East.
Right.
We're providing care to AIDS, in several countries around the world, including Liberia and several others, where people will refuse to be near them.
Don't ruin my atheistic views.
Sell the Vatican and blah blah blah. You'll make millions if you sell the Vatican, but if you sell the porn industry, you'll make billions.
Yeah, which is pretty much true. It's like, yeah. Oh yeah, we find out about this. This is actually pretty sad too. So basically, we find out back when Persea was a little girl that she used to hang out with a. Yep.
Oh, did she hang out with this guy?
Yeah, and his sister. We're often busy working. Yeah. Yeah, it is her. Yep. It's a little heart-wrenching, actually. As I said, for the most part, there isn't very many heart-wrenching moments, but there's one here and there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, that's why I did want to do some of the side quests, because some of them do touch on some interesting aspects of the world. Some of them are stupid, but some of them are fairly, you know.
I always wonder why they throw options in like that. Alright, let's just get going.
Well, this side quest is done. Yeah.
Oh, I did Boone's quest again in Fallout New Vegas today, where you go to Bitter Springs, and he's like, "Let me tell you about when I killed all civilians, because it's really on my mind." And one of the options is, "I'm not interested in your stories." You could just say, this guy's pouring his heart and soul after, with this horrible thing he did in his life, and you say, "Yeah, I don't care. Let's get back to walking around."
We got more people to shoot, Boone. That's
we got more innocent people to shoot and loot, so if you could spare me the sob story, let's get moving.
That sounds definitely like New Vegas.
We saw a compilation of failed speech checks too. They're pretty funny.
That would be interesting. Hey, at least the speech is better than Fallout 4's. You know.
Yeah, which is I think I've said it a million times now. Yes, but you actually mean no. More info and sarcastic, yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Some of the sarcastic options are pretty funny, though.
Yeah, they definitely can be. It's just...
I mean, not all of them. One of them is like, I got an order for 2 medium pepperoni pizzas and a calzone. Name is Screw You.
Yeah. And we don't get to help her find her kitten, just so you know. That is not one of the side quests that is available to us.
That was actually a side quest in Fallout 4.
The
cat runs out of the vault, and they're like, "Hey, can you find my cat?" And this, you can literally extort. So the problem is, I didn't just to get the speech options, but I reloaded because I felt evil. You can ask this girl, "Hey, what's it worth to you?" And she says, "Oh, I'll give you 25 bottle caps." And you can say, "Is that it?" And like, "Fine, I'll give you my car, like toy car." And he's like, "Really, is that it?" He's like, "Fine, I'll give you my teddy bear. That's literally all I have left." And they'll say, "Done, deal."
Oh man.
So you're taking toys from a kid that aren't even worth like 2 caps
I was
each.
gonna say, man, that's really mean, because it's like...
But you can do it just because there's speech options. That's what's so dumb. You can all because you only get 4 options, is really accept the quest, ask for more info, be sarcastic, or extort this person for no reason other than just like being mean.
I just find it interesting because it's like, obviously you get one of the most powerful weapons in the game in Fallout New Vegas from a child. I mean, you have to go power it up, but it's like, even I don't think you can extort him for that, can you? At least not to that same...
You can't extort, you can't take stuff from him, but you can like convince him that it's worthless and you should give it to him, or talk him down to giving it to you for less caps or something like that. But you don't say, "I'm gonna give you this or that." What you can do though is, there's a quest where you need to take debts from these lowlifes that borrow money and won't give it back. You go to a guy named Rotface, and you'll say, "Hey, give me your money." He's like, "Alright, fine, here it is." You're like, "You're a couple caps short. I need the rest of it." He's like, "Fine. That's everything except for the clothes on my back." And one of the options is literally, "Hey, I'm gonna make an example out of you. Give me your clothes too."
Oh my gosh.
He's karma, but he actually says, "If I was a bit stronger, I would punch you in the face." And he literally gives you his suit. So he was walking around in his underwear because he took the clothes off his back too.
Poor guy.
I did it as a I think I'm a chaotic neutral cowboy, and I figure that's what I do. I'm like, I'm going to teach you a lesson. Give me your clothes too.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Man, I just can't. I can't do that.
Oh, yeah, there's options I'll never do. Like, you can. There's a little girl in the Legion camp where you can get her teddy bear back for her, and when she says, "Oh, thanks for finding it," you can tear it in half in front of her. Like, one of the options is literally tear the teddy bear in half in front of her. I'm like, I can't do that.
I couldn't either. Here's that cat, by the way, for that old man that wants to see a cat. Oh my gosh, they said meow. I forgot about that.
Oh, they look like they're in fursuits, but they're actually non-humans.
Yeah. Which is weird. But I want to know why they happen to have... In a second, hold on. Let's see. I want to know why they have a fursuit, though, because that's what he's giving Genus right now.
I think you're assuming their species. They identify as catkin or whatever it is, otherkin, dragonkin.
Probably catkin. Oh my gosh, I'm just so dumb.
Which exists. It's I think I saw an episode of Guide to the web series called This Exists. He talks about stuff like, oh, this is strange that it actually exists, and otherkin is a thing. People actually believe that. I'm not human, or I'm not male or female or human. I'm dragonkin.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. I've visited Tumblr a time or two too many. Oh, I know.
Kind of makes you wonder, like, hey, I can kind of stick up for, hey, don't make fun of this person for something they can't control or they have wrong, but you're literally saying, I'm not a human, I'm a dragon.
Oh, where did you see us get bamboozled a time or two, by the way?
What I do?
We're about to get bamboozled a time or two.
Oh, no. Wait, is he gonna sell us a bridge in, Brooklyn?
Kinda, yeah. You'll see in a second.
This is 3,000 gold, but it's really a cardboard cutout and it's gonna fall over in a minute.
No, we've been on this boat before, so it is actually a real boat. I don't remember... Basically, there's some fine writing. And this is not the first time this is the first time we fall for it. It's not the only time. Come on, buy it. Okay, you sold me. I'll buy it.
Let's write the contract real quick and not use our real names.
I was gonna say, I believe the contract is the problem. Let me see. At the very least, it was only 3,000 gald. Yeah, he didn't sell it to us. It's just lease. Yes, it is. By the way, do you remember back from like episode 10 where we were asked to deliver a letter?
Oh, I can barely. Because I can say that was at least 50 episodes ago.
Yeah. No, we were asked to deliver a letter, and we are now getting to the person.
I just realized that's a houseboat. There's no beds on it. It's just a dining. It looks like it's a study. So it's not even a houseboat. It's just a boat.
You move your boat. You move your own beds into it. Yeah, that's what we're going with.
It looked like there was barely enough. Maybe a double king bed or something, but that did not look like enough room for that many people.
I think you're probably right, yeah.
Always figured living in a houseboat would kind of be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't afford it, but...
It would be interesting.
I mean, wouldn't be fun when storms hit.
Yeah.
Because it could flip, capsize, get smashed, thrown into something when the waves come ashore. I don't know. And I'm deathly afraid. Like, I don't like the ocean. I think I have whatever the term is for... There's a fear of the ocean. Like, there's a term for fear of the ocean, not like water, because it's hydrophobia. I'm just afraid of the ocean in general, and I think it's because I had a dream. Oh my gosh, it was terrible when I woke up, because I know it wasn't real, but like, I had a dream I was just either driving along or walking along a beachfront, and I just saw like a big wave coming, like in the distance, getting closer and closer, and I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what a tsunami looks like. And I started thinking, like, what would happen if I literally saw a tsunami coming, because I'm not surviving that. Like, I literally had a big, huge bout of anxiety about tsunamis, and I'm busy inland, pretty far away from water.
Sorry, I was listening, it's just...
Yeah.
So you're saying it's layered like an onion?
There's I think someone had a video of they regretted doing it. They listen to All Star, only every time they say All Star they take a bite of a raw onion.
Oh man, I would.
So they had to like it starts off kind of slow, and then like after like they take the third bite, they say I regret this because they start saying All Star a lot quicker. So they're going one bite, they gotta like barely have time to chew and swallow. They gotta bite another bite of it. So they've eaten the onion almost down to the core.
Did you say raw onion?
Yeah.
Oh man, see if you take a
Raw white onion.
If you take it, see, I'd be fine with an onion, but if you take an onion, you know, take out the sides, slap some butter on it, throw it in the oven for a while. It doesn't taste too bad, but raw, nah.
Oh, I could eat a raw onion like an apple.
What the fuck are you talking about? Raw onions are the shit.
I could eat a raw onion like an apple. Like, whenever I have tacos or we make some burgers or something, and we have like,
I like
either diced or sliced raw onions lying around, I'll take a handful of them and eat them. It's really good.
I like it with stuff, but I don't like them by themselves as much.
Oh, I could eat that. I could eat it raw all day like an apple.
Mm-hmm.
I could eat a raw onion like an apple.
Oh, I don't think I could. I haven't. I don't know if I've tried either though. Maybe I'll try one of these days, just not today.
Might be too, because there's white and then sweet onions, yellow onions,
sweet Vidalia onions, which those darn Masons have got a market on them because the Shriners sell them. So
they're the only people that make them.
I don't think so. I think that they are probably the most prominent though. You know.
Maybe they inject them with Illuminati mind control juice. And they're actually working with the, because I like the theories that try and connect the Freemasons to the church. They say that the church is run by the Freemasons, or the church, or the other way around, where the church controls the Freemasons and something or other.
Yep. So basically we're pirates now. We're going to go ahead and get what he's asking for, which is the treasure spiritual.
You seen the picture that I think Disney Channel put out? They have a kid show. It's like Pete and the Neverland Pirates. It's like a pirate never takes things that doesn't belong to them, or something like that.
Man, that does sound right. Because I was gonna say you combine that with the Dwarven vows.
Well, I mean, I just think it's ironic because they're saying like, "Oh, we're pirates at Neverland," but a pirate never takes something that doesn't belong to them.
Right.
And I have to think, well, pirates.
That's kind of the point of.
Yeah, pirates.
Pirates did a lot of things that weren't good.
Are you ready for Colette to be chewed out? Yeah. Everybody in Palma Coast is dead because of us. Everybody's dead. Thanks, Colette. You're the greatest. Sorry. Obviously, this is a sad moment, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not much they can do other than just kind of saying, sorry. Oh, I mean,
Colette's.
Let me throw that in. Holy dip. Oh, man.
By the way, here's the fake chosen group.
Oh, sick. Is it redemption time?
Yeah, it's redemption time, baby! Ding! How do you even confuse them between one another?
I think they're like country bumpkins, like they're not the smartest people in the world.
It's possible. But they
like their village pastime is probably like...
Wait.
Carl Pilkington said he went to a village and all the people in the bar just watched a cat.
Dwarf Dad died?
No, Dwarf Dad's still alive.
Okay.
That was not Lloyd. Thankfully, no, Dirk is still alive. He's actually integral to the plot later, so if he died, that'd be bad. Excuse me.
Or you go find something you can do. Alright, we'll go watch the cat lick itself.
You still aren't. You're a klutz, Colette. You fell over. I think that was... I don't know where I was going with that. Run, little child, run! Your dad's dead because of Colette. Yeah, the fake genus is Christopher.
Yeah, save the world, or I'm never gonna forgive you.
Even though you know we kind of ruined your life. Hey Jude, you take a song, make a sad song, and make it. Sorry.
I played the imposter.
I don't know. That's a pretty name.
I actually saw that name recently. I can't remember if it was someone. Yeah, I can't remember if it was someone around here or somebody online that was something. I think it was an older person.
Okay.
They had Colette.
I was about to ask whether younger or older, because if possible, it might have been somebody that named them after.
Yeah, I think it's one of those names. Usually, only older people have, like Kathleen, Eileen.
Gotcha.
There's like only some names you hear it and you're like, oh, I think that's an older person that lives near me.
Frank or Francis.
Fran. I don't, like there's a ton of different kind of names that you don't hear kids nowadays have.
Unfortunately. But that'll do it for this episode. Look out to you guys next time. Until then, Pax Up Bonum.